and welcome back to the North Star Takes podcast with Bailey Palicki and Jacob Liberta. You can find all our videos here on our channel, and feel free to give us a follow on both Twitter and Instagram as well, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Today is our Sound Off segment of the week. We each give a hot take, and then we react to each other's hot takes. So without further ado, Liberta, what is your hot take for the week?
As we get closer here to the Olympics, I'm getting pretty excited specifically about the swimming. And honestly, everybody is always looking for the next Michael Phelps, especially after all those records he set back in 2008 in Beijing. And I think the next up-and-coming guy is Caeleb Dressel. Definitely get to know the name. Definitely tune in when he's swimming because this guy's fun to watch. I watched him in the Olympic trials, and this guy dominates. And I'm going to go on record, and I'm saying he's going to win a gold medal in every event he competes in.
Wow. He's that good, huh?
Yeah, it'll start with all three of his individual events because he'll swim in the 50-meter free, 100-meter free, and 100-meter butterfly. And that 50 free especially is pretty fun to watch because it's literally just one length of the pool from
just
end
an all-out sprint. Really.
Exactly. Like I remember watching these guys in the trials. They were talking about they literally don't breathe. They jump in the pool and they just swim to the other side and they don't breathe because it's like a 20-second race or something, which kind of blows my mind. But I think it's really fun. And USA Swimming is always a powerhouse. They always bring home a lot of gold medals, and now Caeleb Dressel's the face of it. So I think he's definitely a must-watch in the Olympics, and he's winning a gold medal in every event he competes in. He's going to do 3 individual and then up to 4 relays, and I think he'll have a special performance, and I think people will start comparing him to Michael Phelps just a little bit. Obviously not quite on the GOAT status, but nonetheless, he's going to be at least a 6-time gold medalist just in this games.
That'd be crazy. I can't claim to know much about swimming, especially current day. I remember watching Michael Phelps, and that was just awesome to watch. Look forward to that every 4 years. And swimming is one of the most fun events to watch, like you said. Some of these guys and gals are just incredible to watch. What they can do. Swimming's hard, man.
I know.
It's not easy, and these people make it look easy. So, yeah, I hope you're right. I hope he is like the next Michael Phelps, and he's capable of winning gold in every event he's in. And I think the U.S. could use a guy like that. They have him. You have Simone Biles, obviously, with the women's gymnastics, just absolute studs at their profession. So
yeah, then they got Katie Ledecky too, the women's swimmer. She's dominant in all these long women's swims. So I think she'll be another name to watch if you're watching the swimming in the Olympics coming up here in the next little while. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. So Bailey, let's go to you. What's your hot take this week?
All right, bringing it back to the Minnesota sports realm a little bit. I'm gonna go on the record right here and say if the Timberwolves do acquire Ben Simmons in a trade, they will win their first playoff series since 2004.
That's bold. It's been, like you said, it's been 17 years since we won a playoff series. So why this year? Why, if Ben Simmons is in the mix, it's just a done deal.
He brings that defensive presence like we've talked about before. He's an extremely talented player, and if he's your 4th best player, at least your 4th best offensive player, you're sitting in a really good spot. And saw a Photoshop picture the other day with D'Lo, Ant, Cat, Ben Simmons, and Jade McDaniels all standing next to each other, and I'm like, man, that is a playoff team right there. So,
that's heat.
This is the Timberwolves we're talking about. I'm probably overreacting a lot, but that's kind of the point of this segment. but I don't know. I feel like the Timberwolves, if they acquire Ben Simmons, they're kind of going all in. I feel like Cat and D'Lo will start to put it together. I've seen stuff where they're texting with Anthony Edwards about we're going to make the playoffs next year. Like, that is our goal. And I just feel like these guys are really bought in right now, and I think that's huge. And if you acquire a guy like Ben Simmons, who was high school teammates with D'Angelo Russell, he's playing an all-star game. And all these guys are relatively the same age, too. Ant's considerably younger, but it would just be incredible to watch all these guys together. You could afford to have an injury or two, and you'd still have a couple star players on the floor.
Yeah, it's really fun thinking about it. And honestly, I think it would be bold enough to say that they will for sure make the playoffs because, honestly, there's always something that goes wrong. You always wait for the other shoe to drop, but for them to for sure win a playoff series here, man, that's kind of saying something because, obviously, we won one playoff game in the last 17 years. So, it's an uphill climb. But if everybody stays healthy, I can definitely see it happening.
Yeah, and the thing about them winning a playoff series is it's probably going to be against a pretty good team because I don't see them being a top 4 seed in the West.
No.
So it'll probably be a road series, and they'll probably be playing a top 4 team. So
which should be pretty tough.
It would be extremely tough, but I think they're capable of doing it. I think the changing of the guard in the Western Conference is going to start taking place here within the next couple of years.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that honestly, because some of the old stars are aging out, and you got new stars that are emerging hopefully on our own team.
Mm-hmm.
But
So, yeah, that'll do it for this edition of the North Star Takes podcast. Feel free to leave comments below if you got any thoughts on the U.S. Olympic team, especially Caeleb Dressel and his pursuit of the gold medals, and if he can become the next Michael Phelps. And let us know if you think my take is too hot about the Timberwolves making, or not just making the playoffs, but winning their first playoff series if they acquire Ben Simmons. So be sure to like all our videos. Stay tuned for more content by subscribing to the channel, and give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter as well. Thank you for watching.